Hi everyone, welcome to Tuesday where we take a look at the performance of the main board for the New Zealand Stock Exchange. So I hope you've had a great Easter and I hope your share trading's going really well. Thanks also for the questions that I keep receiving regarding the share trading. I'm really loving helping you on your journey. Just reminds me though, do you want to learn how to put stop losses in place? I was just thinking that if this is something that you'd like to learn, maybe I could run a course on it, just a quick sort of 1 hour course or something like that, and have as many people on as possible. So let me know in the comments if this is something that would really interest you, and then I could look at putting it up. Also let me know sort of what day of the week, what time suits, and then obviously we can run that for the majority of people as well. Let's do that and I'd be happy to help you. Right, we'll take a look at how the NZX 50 has gone for last week. Just remember though that this is for educational purposes only, definitely not intended to be personalised financial advice. If you're looking for that, you do need to go and have a chat to your own financial advisor. Okay, let's go. Right, as you can see here, I've got the main board for the New Zealand Stock Exchange up here on the screen, and if I zoom in, we've had yet another down week last week. So that gives us 5 weeks in a row where the market has fallen. Again, I said it last week, the only positive that we've got is when I look at that last candle, there's a long tail on it, which does indicate that the buyers are certainly out there, but the bears, if you like, or the sellers are certainly in control. Who knows where this is going to end? And if I scan down the bottom, the volume has dipped a little bit. So last week there was $134 million worth of shares traded. The week before there was 143. So you're looking at about $9 million worth of shares less traded last week than the week before. We'll just go and jump onto the 1 year chart and see what that's telling us. And you can see here that it was a little bit of a mixed bag really for last week. Monday we had a small sell-off. Tuesday there was quite a large drop actually. So the market on Tuesday opened at 12,935 and it closed at 12,748. So round figures, about $200 less. Wednesday was quite a strong positive day. However, then we had sell-off on Thursday, but Friday was a positive day. Now, if I zoom in, you can see that both Thursday and Friday, you've got long wicks, which means that the sellers were in control of that market. Definitely Thursday, because obviously the market closed lower, but then Friday, it's actually closed up. But the sellers are still out there, which is obviously something that we need to wait and see for the buyers to start taking control and turning things around. Who knows when that's going to happen? No one really knows. It's just a wait and see. As we know, there is a lot of uncertainty out there at the moment. We know the fuel prices are going absolutely crazy. We've got the wars. All of these sorts of things are having an impact. And it does have an impact on our stock exchanges, and this is why we're seeing what we're seeing. Now, the thing to remember as well is that markets will turn around when basically everything is at its worst, when people are out there in absolute despair thinking, gosh, it can't go any further, everything's hopeless, there's no point, all of those sorts of things, that is when we start to see a recovery. And if you look at any wheel that demonstrates that sort of pattern, if you like, war, which is where we are at the moment, and people are getting to that point of despair, is actually the very bottom point, and that is when the markets will start turning. Now, that doesn't mean to go and suddenly start jumping into the markets. I always like to use the moving average over the main indices to see what that is telling us. So with that in mind, let's go and pop it on. I'm on the yearly chart, so it brings these candles up to daily. I'm going to put on the 30 exponential moving average. And so on a daily basis, you can see here that the market is trading well below both of those moving averages. We'll also put on the 15-day moving average and just see how that's looking as well. And there we go. The market's still trading below both of those. We had the dead cross happen around the 9th of March. So a dead cross is where the faster moving average crosses through the lower moving average, and the shares, or in this case the indices, is trading below both of those. doesn't look like we're seeing any turnaround, any sort of upswing at this stage. So that to me is a sign still to stay out. We actually want to start to see recovery before we go back into the markets. Let's pop this onto a 5-year chart. Reason being is it brings all of these candles up to a weekly basis. And you can see here that the 15-week moving average is about to cross through that 30-week. So if we see the market fall again this week, that is highly likely what will happen. Definitely, this is telling me to stay out because the indices is trading below both of those moving averages. We just want to take that wait and see approach, just sit on the sidelines, see what's happening. Now, if you're already holding shares, and I certainly am holding them, anything that has not hit my stop losses, I'm still continuing to hold. I haven't been able to increase any over this last week simply because there have been a couple of shares that have gone up. However, the volatility in those shares have also increased, so I've maintained that same stop loss. But I'm definitely not looking at entering new positions. I want to see that the indices is obviously trading up and it's trading above both of those moving averages on a weekly basis. And I also want to see that the 15-week moving average is trading higher than the 30-week moving average. So I'll stop sharing. I really hope that's helped. I hope this is giving you encouragement and education into your own share trading, share investing journey. Now, come back on Thursday. I've had a request to take a look at main freight. So we'll go and do that and see how they've been performing. But remember, let me know if there is any interest in running a small course on how to load or how to do stop losses. More than happy to do that for you. So until Thursday, take care.